Well, I thought it's about time I introduced myself because I don't really know anybody apart from one or two of yous. Anyway, so this is the Rover P6 that I got a couple of months back, and there's a bit of a story behind it. It's a bit of a long story. This P6 belonged to a man by the name of Cooper, who took it, from what I gather, to Western Australia in '73. It was originally, I think it was originally white with a brown roof. And anyway, it's been over in Australia since '73 in Western Australia. Mr. Cooper was, I think he was the secretary for the Western Australia Rover P6 Owners Club. Now, I gathered lots of information from Andrew Eggington. I hope that's right, Andrew. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. But Andrew was able to supply me with pictures and lots of information on the car that he had kept, that he had gathered up himself in shorthand. Anyway, from there, this Rover P6 went back to the UK in the 90s and was, from what I gather, stripped, rebuilt, sprayed Monza red and had a do-over, which we'll show you outside there in a few minutes. On top of that, then after a while, I think a lovely man by the name of Per took the car into his care and kept it while he lived in England for a while. Per then moved back to, I think it is Denmark, where, hang on a sec there, sorry, I've forgotten where I was. Per took the car back to Denmark, where he didn't have the greatest of run with it. He had a few complications with import and stuff, and then he had problems with the car and mechanics looking after for him. So anyway, the upshot of it is I'm the third owner now of this lovely P6, and it's come to Dublin to stay with me and my family. So it's been from the UK to Western Australia, back to the UK, to Denmark, and now to Dublin. And I'm the third carer, if you like. I don't like the word owner for old cars because I think they outlast us. Anyway, firstly, what I'd love to do is, if it's possible, if anybody out there knows the lovely Mr. Cooper, or if he's still around, no disrespect to Mr. Cooper, I would absolutely love to have a chat with you, because I have a few questions about the car. Anyway, I'll give you the tour. So, as you can see in here, all is in good condition. Here was originally, this here, I think you lads probably know better than me. It was probably the cubby hole, the shelf. But because it was in Australia, it had air conditioning fitted. This is where the aircon came out. So I've since established in the fuse box the aircon was all there, everything was there, but it's been removed. So this is basically just an air vent. That's all it is. The car's in lovely condition on the inside. That's not the original steering wheel. It's quite nice though, but I'm arguing with myself now the last couple of weeks whether to change it or not, because I have the original 3.5S steering wheel and it's bigger. This one I like, but I don't like the feel of it for driving. I don't know. I like the look of it, but I don't really like it. I like everything to be original in an old car. As you can see around here, all in good condition, all original. I'm going to change these seats to, I don't know if it's ever going to happen or not, let's be honest, because they're hard to get, to the Sandell wood leather ones, because I think they're absolutely gorgeous and they really set the car off, especially when it's in Monza red. You can see up the back there the Sound 4 speakers. I don't know who put them in. I'd imagine the original owner. Around the back here, this car's in beautiful condition. The only downside to the car, well, it's old. There was a respray done on the car, but it didn't work out very well. So I'll just show you here. So, as you can see, speckling along the door there. So it does need a respray. The roof is in lovely condition. It's immaculate. Right the way around. Fantastic condition. And this side of the car looks glorious. I should say, what came with this car, now as we get to the bonnet here you can see, this is unfortunately the ugly spot, but it's repairable. Here's the plastic covers we were talking about the last couple of days. These, from my God, have been fitted into the car way back, a long time. They've always had the plastic covers on them. Lovely chrome bumper, spotlights. I've actually got, the amount of spares that came with the car was crazy. I've actually got brand new overriders that came with the car in a box. Another set of headlights. Oh, loads of stuff, just tons of stuff came with the car. I got the original 3.5S hubcaps. These are the SD1 wheels. I'm not mad about them. So I think if I do change the seats, I'm going to change the wheels as well. I have a chap over here who actually has the steel wheels. Oh, lovely condition. As you can see. Right, show you the engine here. Just give you a quick look inside the car. That door is just about stuck. Bit of rust there in the corner, that'll be cleaned up. Back of the car, she's lovely, immaculate. She's in very good condition. Maybe I'm mad to change the seats, I don't know, maybe the sandalwood are the lovely ones and I should keep, or maybe these are just as good, I don't know. Bit of rust there in the door sills as well. It was prepared, it's ready to be done. The car will be resprayed. Have a look at the engine. I'll show you. Now, that's her there. All credit to the previous owners, because I done none of that engine work apart from cleaning it up. They done all the work. I think the engine looks absolutely fabulous. Of course, it's shown its age, but sure, we all rust a little bit, don't we? We all wear down. That's her. Say, we turn her over. I love this car. I'm not falling in love with it. There is a bit of a story behind it that I'll tell you now. It's a little bit cold. Brake light is on there because she's low on brake fuel. she's low on brake fluid. Jesus Christ. There's a bit of a story behind the car. I'll tell you what it is. It's a bit of a long one. I'm probably boring everybody to tears. I just thought it'd be nice to show you around the car because I know you all know one another. So the story is, I started out with MGs. Got my first MG a couple of years ago. Okay. And I love it. I still have it. It's 1972. Now, the story is, my dad always wanted a P6, and I always remember as a small child he never got one. He wanted a P6 V8. I had no idea what it was at the time, but he kept waffling on about it, and he always talked about it. So anyway, what happened was, I had a dream one night. I was always dreaming about my dad. He's dead a long time. He passed away in 2008. But I had a dream anyway, and he kept going on about the car in the dream one night. So when I got up the next morning, I was off work. I said, Jesus, you know, I said, I'll go down to the graveyard and I'll visit his grave, seeing as how he's on my mind, and we'll see what the crack is, you know. Anyway, took the MG out, drove down to the graveyard. As I'm sitting waiting to turn left at the lights, I see a car out of the corner of me. I shoot around the corner, and there was just something about it sat in my head, and I was like, something odd about that, you know. So I drive around the corner. What is it? It's a VAP 6. Hadn't seen one in I don't know how long. And there it is parked outside the graveyard. Hair stood up on the back of my neck. Crazy as you like. I thought that was absolutely mental. So I stood at the P6 and I waited, and this man came back. He was an absolute gentleman dressed in black. He must have been about 87, 80. Oh, he was old. He was really old. On the dash there, his clock wasn't working like mine. He had a silver pocket watch hanging down. It was lovely. It was a nice touch. Anyway, I was talking to the man for ages, and he was telling me how he had always had V8s and he never had anything else. And I was telling the story about me dad and the dream that I had, and then meeting him, and it was all a bit crazy. I'm sure the man thought I was a wacko. Anyway, so I decided after that happened to try and go and get a P6. And I'd looked for ages. I mean, I'd looked for a long time. I couldn't find anything decent. A couple of wild goose chases. And then, while I was knobbing around on the Rover P6 Club, I came across Dave Pilkington, R.I.P. And he pointed me in the direction of Per. Now, Per, it was the current owner at the time of this P6. He had the car in Holland. Sorry, Per. That's wrong, Per. It's Amsterdam, wasn't it? In Eindhoven. He had the car over there. Now, the original plan was I was to take the car off him. Myself and the lovely Sharon, that's my wife, were to go over and drive the car back. But due to problems that we were running into all the time with work and dates clashing, it was looking like a non-runner. So what I done was I rung a transporter to see about getting the car collected. Now, that would have been phenomenal money. I mean phenomenal money. Only for the guy I happened to ring at the time was doing a collection in Germany, and he said he could dart across and pick up the car in Amsterdam and bring it back for me for 800 euros. Oh, you couldn't turn that down. So everything fell into place. It was a bit strange. Like, I know you could say it was coincidence or it was this or was that, but at the end of the day, I think it was all meant to be. You know, it was a bit strange. I don't know. Went to bed, had a dream, father banging on about the V8 that he never got. Went to visit the grave, lo and behold, there's a V8 with an old man who made the hair stand up at the back of my neck because I was convinced he was like, I don't know, he was an angel or something. Then Dave points me in the direction of this one. Par turned out to be one of the nicest men I've ever had the pleasure to make acquaintance. Then the other guy gets involved, the transporter. Can't remember his name now. He was a lovely fella. He drove with no shoes or socks, but my God, he knocked himself out to get the car back here. Car rocked in here. I couldn't help myself. Like, it needed a clean up. It'd been sitting up for about a year. Popped the battery in the boot, turned the key, and it just lashed up on the first turn. And I know I shouldn't have, but I gave it a quick inspection. I took it out, and the car just goes like a train. I mean, you can hear it there. There's not, like, of course now I've done all the bits and bobs. Of course I need brake fluid, but the car just goes like a train. I'm delighted. I want to say thanks to Par. I want to say a big thanks to Dave Pilkington, because if it wasn't for him, this never would have happened, because he was the man who pointed me in the direction and told me to go for it. You know, it's a bit strange when you think about it, taking a car that you've never seen before. But I took the chance, because everything that had gone before it and everything that was connected to it, it seemed like it was going to work out. This is a very boring video. I just thought I'd tell you the story of the V8, and I promise I will look after this car. I'll never let this one go. I'll never let my MG go either. I don't sell cars for profit or turnover. They're purely for me and my family, and this car will stay with me till the day I die. It stays in its garage along with the MG. Let's have a quick look at the engine ticking over. I mean, where would you get it? What do you think? Am I mad to change the seats for sandalwood? I just think the sandalwood seats look lovely. I think these look nice too, but they're just very dark. Yeah. So that's it, kids. That's it in a nutshell. That's me. I'm Greg Casey, now the proud owner of this 1973 Rover P6 3.5 V8. I think it's great. I love it to bits. Thanks, Par. Thanks to Dave. And thanks to the lovely Mr. Cooper who kicked this car off and got it rolling and kept it down through the years with a full service history on everything. I've never gotten so many spare parts for the car in all my life as I have with this car. And long may it last. And that's it. And I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna top up my brake fluid, lads. And then I'm gonna go out for a shift and take some photographs. Why don't I show you the boot? Where would you get it? That's it. Bit of padding, you know yourself. I ain't got much padding on me anymore after I lost a lot of weight. So that's it, lads. Hope to see you soon. Cheers.